sure. Today sets the tone. So let's go out there and give these fans a season that they can look forward to, okay? Break it down, Junior. Come on. All right, y'all. Bam, one, two, three, ten.
Boom! That boom feels like a little much. You win every time. Winning should feel like the best time feels like the best time. Boom!
Yo, y'all up for some doubles? Hey, yo, Luna, no, I'm not good at this thing.
Yeah, let's go. I'm always ready to take the basketball team down a peg.
Why you say that?
Because you know.
I don't. Do you? Yeah, they think we walk around like the old place.
Because everyone treats you like we do. Boom!
Oh, I see. I told you I was bad at this game. Now I'm starting to live up to it. Alright. I don't act like that.
Because you're new. You'll change.
You act like that, right? Not yet, but apparently it's fate. Well, who am I to argue with?
Oh,
come on, stop doing that.
Yes.
Alright, look. Serious.
The game coming up, boys. First game, right? You nervous?
Yeah. College is a new game. It's a big step, but I guess I'll be respected.
Ellie, hey, we gotta get to practice.
Oh, that's because I was winning you. Yeah.
What's your name?
Junior. Hey, what if we win this next game? Me and you do something together.
And if you lose?
If we don't.
Text me after your game.
So when's the wedding? You look scared to say so. Ellie.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's time for college basketball, and we have an exciting matchup on the way. In this game, we'll see the West Virginia Mountaineers going up against the Florida Gators. Joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, I'm Forrest Hunt, and I think this is going to be a really interesting contest.
I have to agree with you, but both of these teams have plenty of exciting young talent. There should be at least a few surprises tonight.
Well, you know, in college basketball, teams and players are constantly evolving. That's a big part of what makes this season so much fun to watch.
Junior outside. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, Junior takes a lot of pride in slashing inside and finishing. He's showing you right there how dangerous he can be in that kind of situation.
Pass to Arden. Stevenson. Tipped away. Thompson with the ball. Picked up by West. You guys, West Virginia, they've come alive in the last few seasons. Also, they went through a change of conferences not too long ago.
For so long, the Mountaineers were playing in a conference on the East Coast. Now they are facing off against teams like Oklahoma and Texas Tech. A lot more travel time involved from West Virginia, but so far they've held up pretty good.
Down here, Stevenson. Guarded closely. Three-pointer. Tries again. Ran. Good D by Diaz. Now the Gators with it. Junior up top. Thompson on the wing. The three. And the Gators get another three.
Good job that time by Junior. Solid ball movement, understanding, and even sensing that one of his guys was open there.
Stevenson with the ball. To stop the run. And he takes it up and lays it in.
Finally, After all those planks, someone comes through for him.
Well, you knew it eventually was going to happen. I mean, my goodness, a tight start to this one, but maybe that'll ignite some more buckets to be made.
And slam dunk by Lawson.
And you know, the freshman from Newark, they called him Junior. He was a football player for a few years, but then switched to basketball his senior year in high school. And an invite to play with this program seems like a good switch for him.
Here's Stevenson. Offline with the three. The Gators with the lead. It's to Mercer. Here's Stevenson. Side west. Stevenson. The wing on the left side. Here's Harden. No good on the three. You see the talent that Junior already has. It makes you wonder why he didn't switch from football sooner.
And you can't ignore the strength that Junior shows on the court. The nuance of the game will just come with time. But this program sees something in him and feels he could be a blue chip prospect.
Let's the three fly. Florida grabs the miss.
Well, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in with him, even though he misses that one almost always deadly when he's that open.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last three buckets have come by way of an assist.
Now here's Stevenson. From beyond the arc. And the Mountaineers miss again. Well, this marks the first contest with the school for Junior. He hasn't been playing organized ball for too long, but he has learned very quickly.
Yeah, there's no denying it. He's a bit raw, without question. But the coaching staff thinks he'll improve rapidly. The athleticism and skill, evident and obvious, just a matter of time before he screws it out. You got to remember now, he only played 1 year in high school.
So both teams making some changes here. And it's the Mountaineers with the ball. It's a 14-point game. Pass to West. No stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity for a three-point play. It's going to go on Palmer.
The roster of the alumni for the Gators, pretty impressive. You look at some great NBA players on that list that did their college basketball playing in Florida.
Some of the big names in the league, Brad Beal, Al Horford, they were stars here with Florida before making the jump. Overall, the Gators can be counted on to supply a fair amount of NBA players at any given time. Even inside, Diaz is a constant threat, stays agile, and navigates through the defense to get his shot off.
Outside, Hernandez. Here's Stevenson, and that one's good. 2 for 6 start for him.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
There's the screen. Pass to Waters. Good, and the assist goes to Junior.
At the next level, Junior's going to be asked to run a lot of screen and roll, and he's showing he's up to the task.
Here's Hernandez. A three-pointer, no good. And here are the Gators now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Pass to Thompson. Waters, junior outside. Spread Thompson on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Junior from deep. It's hauled in by Harden.
You know, it's not a big basketball factory when it comes to players joining the NBA from West Virginia, but they do have some representation from their alumni base.
And all time, you have some big names on the list. But in the last few years, it's been pretty sparse. Still, this team remains competitive without having NBA-level talent.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Pass to Stevenson. West drains the three-pointer.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open elbow.
Junior drives in. Yep, that one's good.
I'll tell you what, Junior certainly doesn't feel inferior on the interior as he attacks defenses with purpose.
Stevenson inside. First recovery.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Junior inside. Pass to Waters. Back to Junior. Here's Waters. And the Gators tack on 2 more. And here's Stevenson. Right wing. The 3 ball. Can't hit that one. The Gators go the other way with it. The Florida Gators have long been a football powerhouse. They were a football school. It wasn't until about 20 years ago that they really became a basketball program, and the basketball program could say the same thing.
And both programs are some of the most respected in the country. The school's large enough to be fanatical about both sports. With the athletic talent in Florida, both programs always have some great athletes coming in. And they've got to be really not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Pretty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Stolen by West. Pass to Harden. Stevenson. Over Mercer. And the Mountaineers miss again. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Gators ahead, up by 16. And about halfway through, what have you seen from Junior thus far?
Well, you know, he's done extremely well setting up his teammates, and that's exactly what you look for from the point guard position.
And that court vision and pinpoint passing ability, something that's always in demand in today's game. And without a doubt, the big name from West Virginia is Jerry West, the man who would go on to become the logo of the NBA. He's all over the record book for the Mountaineers.
Junior drives in. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws taken for him. That one on West. Guys, when you talk about Jerry West and West Virginia, he is an absolute hero for the school.
He was not just a hero for the school, but for the entire state. Jerry West put basketball on the map for West Virginia. I can't imagine anybody impacted the game for the Mountaineers more than he did.
He hits 1 and misses 1 each at the line.
And guys, we're seeing Junior develop right before our eyes. With every game he plays, he's maturing more and more. A lot of the skills that take years for most players to master seem to come naturally for him.
Now here's Junior. Basket counts.
You know, one thing you can really count on is the Gators are going to be tough now. I mean, this program is so consistent at putting together a tough team year to year.
Despite being in a tough conference, they'll usually make the tournament and have a solid record.
They set the pick. Here's Stevenson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway, but he should have made it count.
Junior outside to the paint. Nice pass, led it perfectly to the rack for the layup.
Another bucket in the paint, that's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing. And what they got going right now is not getting it done.
Now here's Stevenson. 6 points for him. Unable to get that one to go. And Florida now the other way. Drive by Junior. Banked it up the glass.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint.
West Virginia calls timeout.
He has not been on his game here. He's forcing a lot of shots, and the team is suffering because of it. It's time for him to focus on getting his teammates involved.
So both teams changing it up here. And you guys, Junior being named a starter for this team right off the bat, did that catch you off guard, or did you see that coming?
Well, there isn't a doubt that Junior will be great eventually. There's an argument to be made that he should have been eased into big minutes, but Coach trusted the impact that Junior has on the floor from the get-go.
And the foul called on Junior. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Mountaineers making a switch here. And it's the Mountaineers with the ball, trailing by 19. Now Stevenson. Knocks it loose. Here's the break. Here's Junior. Lays it in off the breakaway.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Stevenson with the ball. They set the screen. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Mercer. A nice job nailing the first of the 1-and-1, so he'll now have a second chance. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And a freshman out of California, guard Red Thompson. Not a major recruit by most listings, but he can play. Another solid young option for this team.
Thompson, yes! And it's Junior picking up the assist.
They pulled up from mid-range more often than not. They bury.
And that shot might not be the number one option, but if the people get it to you and you get it in rhythm, that's a number two.
And again, it's the Mountaineers missing. And Thompson a bit flighty on the court, or at least that's the scouting report. But which freshman players are like that?
You know, the coaching staff sees something in him, and they might be on to something here. If you look at Thompson, they were very excited to add him to the list of incoming freshmen. I think he'll be a big part of what this program does and becomes the next couple of years. Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket, for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor.
Now here's Stevenson. Pass to Brand. West on the wing. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. He drops the first one, and he can gather himself now and try to make it 2. One thing that makes these games extra special to me is that we could be seeing parts of the future NBA championship team out there.
You know, if only you could pick them out, right? Forecast the future a bit. I agree. That question in the back of your mind, is this a future MVP? Adds another layer of interest.
It's tough to think about how many of these players have that dream for themselves, knowing only the very best are going to take that next step and join the league.
Brand.
And frankly, Diaz is just outworking everyone else on the floor. Manages to block the shot practically through sheer effort alone.
Junior outside. Florida the rebound. The fadeaway. Mercer can't hit. Now here's White. Outside West. Brand. Diaz comes with a double team. Here's Brand. West. Mercer covering. To the middle. Here's Stevenson. Second shot opportunity. That one goes in.
Cashing in on the interior, making it look all too easy.
They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the league will eventually become.
It's really hard to deny Junior. He plays with so much passion on that end of the floor.
A big part of what elevates the excitement of these college games has got to be the die-hard fans who are so unrelenting in their... So it's the Gators winning this one easily.
And you know, one of the keys to their effort, I think, was the passing. Outstanding awareness and vision on display all game long.
And it's such an...
Good win, Junior. All we focus on is getting us to the tournament. Hey, that's why we brought you here. Play the game the right way. Guys in this locker room will really respect that. Steve needs a leader right now. Listen, this team will go as far as you take us. We're gonna need your own, right? Yes, sir. Good job. Let's go.
Hit an axe for a favor. I need the money and clothes, the flashing cars and the jewels. All these rappers is true. Flashing lights and I'm cold. Road to give you my soul. Hold on, different names, ain't names. Never been on my level. Push your hits, they struggle. My money is killer. These racks is killer. Numbers come around.
Coach, I would say. Nothing really. You like some good. Those numbers up in your draft position gonna be sitting pretty too, right?
I'm saying you want to play on a higher level, right? I don't care if it's football, basketball, anything. I don't even care if it's one of the top leagues. We're still talking about all-stars from every state, every country for the last 15 years. There is no let-up. You got to be ready for that.
What makes you think I'm not ready?
Just asking me that question. You're not ready.
Because I'm not afraid enough.
What's better as a start? That's right, because outperforming just your teammates, that's not going to cut it no more, right? What happens when you feel overwhelmed? Because that's going to happen. What happens when you feel like it's just not clicking? What do we do, man?
Work when you're on the clock ain't work.
Thank you. Okay, so you do listen sometimes. All right, not wasting my time. Look, son. Respect. Thanks for that. Your ceiling is sky high. I believe in you with everything I got, but you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in your talent. You gotta show commitment if you want to cash in on this. I also know there's always more for us to do. Always. Let's go.